Welcome back to Football Daily, where today we're running through 10 potential transfers that could happen this month. Let's go. 10. Samuel Umtiti to Manchester City. Since joining Barcelona in 2016 for €25 million, Samuel Umtiti has seen success, winning 6 trophies in Spain. But recurring knee injuries have continued to plague him. Despite playing 103 games across all competitions for the club, he's only featured 24 times for the Catalan Giants since helping France to World Cup glory in 2018. The 26-year-old has also been displaced in the Barca pecking order by Clement Lenglet. The French international doesn't necessarily want to leave Spain. However, Didier Deschamps' recent selections have made it clear that if Umtiti is not playing regular football, then he'll most likely not be involved in Les Bleus squad next summer. This has seen interest in the defender from several English clubs. Chelsea, Manchester United and Manchester City are looking for a left-footed centre-half. L'Equipe are claiming that the Sky Blues will consider making an offer for the defender in January as the Premier League champions search for a quality replacement for the injured Aymeric Laporte. Umtiti is currently averaging 2.6 tackles and interceptions per 90, 0.9 fewer than Laporte. The Blaugrana centre-back is winning 61% of his aerial duels, slightly better than his French counterpart's 58%. However, Umtiti would almost have to double his passes per 90 to compete with Laporte's 84. The worrying factor involved with signing the centre-half is his injury record. Since joining 4 years ago, he's suffered 8 different spells, with half of them involving his knee, missing 58 games in the process. If the Frenchman is able to stay fit, the CIES value him at €45 million, potentially a bargain if any risk taken by City pays off. 9. James Madison to Manchester United. James Madison is quickly developing into one of the most complete number 10s in the English game and has been pivotal to Leicester City's Premier League success as they chase an unlikely second title. So it's no surprise that the Manchester Evening News have reported he's a firm January target for Manchester United. Young, British and with over 50 top-tier appearances to his name, he's exactly the type of player that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants to bring into the club. With Paul Pogba potentially leaving and Juan Mata aging out, the Red Devils are in desperate need of a creative outlet in the number 10 role, with no one aside from Pogba creating more than 2 chances a game so far this term in United's squad. At the time of writing, Madison already has 5 goals and 3 assists to his name, while no United players can better his 2.8 key passes per 90. Should a move happen, he won't come cheap, with the Foxes holding out for a much higher figure than the £80 million they received for centre-back Harry Maguire. If United do land him, a move for a top-class right-winger may have to wait. 8. Marcos Alonso to Inter Milan. One player who's probably not enjoying the Frank Lampard revolution at Chelsea is left-back Marcos Alonso. Since the Englishman took over, his preference has been to play Emerson in the left-back role, with an injury to the Brazilian the only reason Alonso has clocked up 7 league appearances. And Gazzetta dello Sport in Italy have reported that Inter Milan are confident they can take advantage of his unrest by bringing him to the San Siro this January. Inter are said to be looking for someone who can bring great energy to the left flank, and Alonso would certainly be a viable option, having excelled as a wing-back under Antonio Conte during his 2-year stint in West London. At his peak in the English capital, he was a fantasy football dream, and in his 4 years at Chelsea has 27 goal contributions. Although his output has dropped in the last season and a half, his expected assists per 90 is still a career-high 0.2 this campaign. With Inter one of the main attacking threats in Serie A, recording over 17 shots per game, Alonso would be the perfect addition to maximise their goal-scoring potential. 7. Willian to Juventus. Willian has regained form under the tutelage of former teammate Frank Lampard at Chelsea, providing much-needed experience to the Blues' youthful forward line. However, with Juventus ranking as low as 5th in Serie A for goals scored at the time of recording, former boss Maurizio Sarri is reportedly keen on bringing the Brazilian forward to Italy. The subject of bids from Manchester United and Barcelona in the past, Willian is now 31, so this could be his last chance for one final big move, and in the short term, could be a solid addition for Sarri. The old lady have lacked good options out wide this campaign, with Douglas Costa continuing to struggle with injuries and Federico Bernardeschi now playing down the middle. Willian's creativity would be welcomed in Turin. The former Shakhtar man has averaged an impressive 3.4 key passes per 90 in this season's Champions League, more than anyone in the Juve squad, and is also completing nearly 5 dribbles a game. Paulo Dybala is his closest challenger in this regard on 3.6. But with his current contract due up in the summer, Willian is in talks with Chelsea over a new deal. So if Sarri wants to land his man at a good price, he may need to act fast. 6. Emanuel Denis to Arsenal. Despite not being a household name, Emanuel Denis has been linked with Arsenal for some time now, with the London club having expressed interest in the Club Brugge attacker last summer. The Nigerian international can play through the centre or on the right, and while his record of 3 goals and 1 assist in the Belgian Pro League this season is not what you'd expect from a forward attracting interest from top clubs, he did impress during the Champions League group stage. He racked up 2 goals and an assist in 6 appearances, clearly Bruges' best attacker in a tough group which contained PSG and Real Madrid, with his 2 two strikes coming against Los Blancos in a memorable draw at the Bernabeu. With Leicester City also reportedly keen on signing the 22-year-old, the Gunners could face competition this month. Equally, this doesn't seem like the area that Arsenal should be focusing on, given they have more pressing concerns at the back and already possess top young talents up front like Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli. All things considered, a move to the King Power might make more sense. 5. Lukas Torreira to Napoli. The first big signing of Unai Emery's tenure as Arsenal coach, Lukas Torreira cost over £25 million to prize from Sampdoria, where he proved himself to be one of Europe's best young midfielders. But despite a promising start, the Uruguayan has seen his performances in the Premier League decline, not helped by Emery's insistence on playing him out of position in the months leading up to his sacking. And the 23-year-old's unsatisfactory situation at the Emirates has led to talk of a possible return to Italy, with Napoli reportedly willing to pay £21 million for him if he isn't permitted to leave on loan. Furthermore, Torreira's agent, Rafael Bentancur, has since revealed the defensive mid was close to joining the partner pay before Arsenal put up a better offer in 2018, with former coach Carlo Ancelotti supposedly a big fan. Any potential move now likely depends on the preferences of incoming coach Gennaro Gattuso, and considering that Torreira offers the same kind of tenacity in his defensive work that the new Napoli boss did in his playing days, we wouldn't bet against the Italian, favouring him as a statement signing. 4. Marouane Fellaini to Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham fans will hardly be jumping out of their seats at the news that new boss Jose Mourinho is keen on a reunion with his former Manchester United acolyte, Marouane Fellaini. The big Belgian was derided for his erratic displays at Old Trafford and was often a last resort option off the bench for the Portuguese coach. Signed during the unceremonious David Moyes era, he managed just 72 league starts for the Red Devils in 5.5 seasons. These days he's plying his trade in China for Shandong Luneng. And to his credit, he's scored 12 goals and managed 5 assists in his first season in the Chinese Super League. His defensive qualities have also continued to shine too, averaging 2.5 clearances and winning 4.4 aerial duels per game. And it's this return to form that has apparently got Mourinho excited, with The Guardian reporting he's personally made contact with the Belgian's agent. 32 years old and hardly synonymous with attractive football, Tottenham fans won't be keen on a move that could jeopardise the development of academy graduates Harry Winks and Harry Skipp. But Mourinho likes to get his way, so don't be surprised to see Fellaini back in the Premier League very soon. 3. Lautaro Martinez to Barcelona. Tipped to be one of the future stars of world football, Lautaro Martinez is causing quite the stir in Serie A. Under the guidance of new coach Antonio Conte, the Argentinian striker has developed a formidable partnership with Romelu Lukaku, as Inter Milan look to push Juventus all the way for a league title. Together they've scored 18 goals in 15 league games, with Martinez contributing 8 with another 5 in Europe. And the former Racing Club man has improved significantly this season, now averaging 5.3 shots per 90 compared with 4.4 last term. And his tenacious, energetic style has drawn similarities to Barcelona ace Luis Suarez. The Blaugrana have reportedly made this comparison too, as they see the forward as the perfect replacement for their ageing star. Dario Sport have stated that the Catalan club are willing to pay the £92.5 million release clause for the player 10 years Suarez's junior. While Barca boss Ernesto Valverde has been full of praise for the Interstar, the Argentina international has been quick to state his love for the Nerazzurri. However, with no more Champions League football and with the draw of the Camp Nou on offer, a move to Spain is entirely foreseeable. 2. Jadon Sancho to Chelsea. Chelsea have defied all expectations so far this season. They currently occupy a Champions League place despite Sarri's departure, Lampard's inexperience and a summer transfer ban. Not only have the club taken it all in stride under Super Frank's stewardship, they have given 3 academy graduates their Premier League debuts. Pretty unprecedented given their modern history of buying ready-made winners. However, with the Blues losing out to West Ham, Everton, Bournemouth and Southampton in December, fans of the club are crying out for a big money transfer to keep them in the hunt for European football. And one man that might be making the switch to London is Jadon Sancho. It's alleged the West London club are the frontrunners for his signature, as Sancho, who grew up in Camberwell in London, is attracted by the opportunity to return to the capital. It's also worth noting the 19-year-old supported the club when he was younger and has strong relationships with many of Chelsea's young English talents, in particular Callum Hudson-Odoi. The winger is having a great third season for Borussia Dortmund. He still has 12 goal involvements and 13 assists in 24 appearances. This equates to a goal involvement every 76 minutes. His arrival at the club would most likely see him competing with a resurgent Willian for minutes on the right-hand side. But with Chelsea still in 3 competitions and hopes of going further in the Champions League, game time will be available. 1. Paul Pogba to Juventus. Where did it all go wrong for Paul Pogba? After rejoining Manchester United for a then world record fee of £89 million in the summer of 2016, he was meant to be the spark that wrestled dominance back from the blue side of Manchester. But fast forward 4 years, and it looks like he's wasting his prime. At club level, a Europa League and League Cup winners' medal, both coming in 2017, simply isn't good enough for a guy of his calibre. Fortunately for him, since then, he's starred in a World Cup, clinching the 2018 edition. This season, Pogba's only started 5 games, which makes it extremely difficult to gather any valuable information stat-wise. However, if we compare United's records against the top 6 since 2016 when he's in the squad to when he's out, the results emphasise how important he is at the sharp end of the stick. When the Frenchman starts against traditional top 6 opposition, their win rate is 40%, with their most recent victory coming against fierce rivals Manchester City back in December. Without him, their win rate plummets to 15%. According to multiple media outlets, Juventus appear to be the frontrunners for his signature. But United are standing firm, and they're not willing to deal at any less than £100 million. His desire to leave Manchester United is becoming increasingly obvious, with his agent Mino Raiola recently stating how his player needs to be at a title-winning club. In the 4 years that Pogba was at Juve, he won 8 trophies, including the Scudetto 4 times. Owing to another ankle injury, his third of the season, he's now missed 28 games this campaign. Surely Pogba's days in Manchester are numbered, and it can only be a matter of time before he's strutting his stuff for another European powerhouse. So guys, that was our 10 transfers that could happen in January. Which one was your favourite? Vote in the poll just above. Make sure you like this video, drop us a comment, and we'll see you next time.